Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name is Carmen. Welcome. So this video is going to apply to anybody whose life path number is a number 8 or a master number 44, or if you have a lot of 8s in your chart. So if you have more than one 8 in your chart somewhere, this could also apply to you. And this will also apply to anybody who struggles with money and finances. Even if you don't have any 8s in your chart, this video will still be very helpful to you. Now, 8 can be a very challenging number to have in numerology. And a lot of people might be surprised to hear that because people typically think of 8s as kind of just having everything, right? People stereotypically think of the 8 as being the person that's really good with money and always has money, cash flow, always has some sort of financially stable job, and they're always kind of helping everybody else out. 8 is the number of power, and it's the number of wealth and prosperity and abundance. So the stereotype is that you guys will have all of those things and you're gonna have it so easily that it will just come to you. But what people don't realize is that the challenge of the number 8 is to really master yourself and to really master that 8 energy. And until you learn how to do that, you could be on the opposite side of the number 8, which is somebody that is completely the opposite of the 8 that we're usually used to thinking about. You might be somebody who struggles to have a stable job that provides them with the kind of security that they need. You might be broke a lot of the time, and you might, you might struggle with having the resources that you need. You might struggle with power issues and gaining the level of power that you were born to have. You might want to watch a video that I did about the positives and the negatives of the number 8 in numerology. I'll leave a link to that video below so you can check that out. And so once you learn how to master that 8 energy and overcome some of the challenges that a lot of 8s are presented with, you can turn it all around and you can become that positive 8 that people always kind of stereotype 8s to be. You can become that 8. It's so easy, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. So I'm going to show you 8 things that you can do right now. That's right, 8 things that you can do to turn it all around and become the 8 that you were born to be. And definitely make sure to watch the whole video to see all 8 of these things, because number 8 is the most important thing you can do of them all. And you 8s, I definitely resonate with your energy a lot. I'm a life path 7, but I have 2 8s in my core number chart. My expression number is an 8, and my birthday number is an 8. So I do have a lot of that 8 energy, and I really get you guys on a very deep level. And I'm very grateful for those 8s in my chart, because if it wasn't for those 8s in my chart, I wouldn't have the guts. I wouldn't have the ability to get up on YouTube and make these videos for you guys. I would have never started my spiritually based business if it wasn't for that 8 energy. I wouldn't have a lot of the things that I have in my life if it wasn't for that 8 energy. So I am very grateful to that 8 energy. So grateful that I have those 8s in my chart, and you also need to become that way as well. You need to become very grateful for having those 8s in your chart, because it really is a blessing. So it is definitely a blessing to have this number in your chart. And did you know that some people will even go to a numerologist to help them to legally change their name so that they have at least one 8 somewhere in their chart? That's how important that 8 energy is. Really do have the ability to master the physical world and master it on a level that other people can't. And you can do that. It's really up to you. The first thing you need to do is you need to claim your birthright. As a life path number 8 or master number 44, or if you have more than one 8 in your chart, it is your birthright to be successful, and it is your birthright to have abundance and prosperity in your life. That's one of the reasons you came down here, was to manifest those things and to learn how to create it for yourself. So that is your birthright. It is your birthright to own your own property. It is your birthright to have a lot of financial abundance, prosperity, all of those things. So The first thing you need to do is you need to claim it. Claim it to the universe and tell the universe right now that I am claiming what is mine. I am claiming all of the things that I was meant to have as a number 8 with this 8 energy. The second thing you need to do is you need to manage your fear of taking risks and following your passions. Sometimes 8s can get into a rut where they're doing something that they don't really like to do, or they feel like there's something better for them out there. They know that there's something else that they should be doing that is more suited for them, that will give them the level of responsibility and power that they deserve. But yet they're scared to take the risk to go out there and get it. And this can be very hard for 8s because there's that fear of losing stability. And stability is so important for you guys. If you don't have stability and a stable job and a stable life, then a lot of times you guys won't be happy. And maybe that job that you're at, maybe it's not the best job in the world and you could do better, but you're scared if you leave it, you will lose a steady paycheck and whatever stability you might have. With all great achievements in life, there's always going to be a risk that something is going to be lost. But in order to achieve great things, sometimes we have to take a bold move and we have to take a chance. And the universe will always reward you for being brave. That's right, the universe always rewards bravery. Every time you show the universe that you are being brave and taking a chance in a certain situation, the universe will reward that because the universe is seeing that you trust it. And that's the key here, is trusting the universe, knowing that you are in safe hands no matter what happens. You can take that risk, whatever it is that you want to do, you can take that risk and the universe will support you. It will always be there to cushion you. You're always going to be okay. And when you take that risk, it's kind of like you're telling the universe, I trust you. I trust that you support me, that you have my back. You also want to follow your passions. You don't want to just take a risk in anything, right? You want to make sure that it's a calculated risk and it's something that's really worth it. What is it that you're passionate about? What is it that really makes you happy? And something that really brings you joy and you really like to do. If you take a risk and a chance in that area, that thing that you're passionate about, you're more likely to succeed and you're more likely to have the universe support you and guide you and make sure that you are okay no matter what happens, because the universe wants you to do the things in life that make you happy. And also, it's kind of like you're following your intuition when you do that. Also, if you take risks in things that help a lot of people, you are more likely to succeed. So if you're taking a risk in something that's helping more than just yourself, it's helping like a lot of people and the planet and the whole, then you're more likely to succeed because the universe will support you more if it sees that this is something that is going to benefit a lot of people. Now, the third thing you want to do, number 8, is you want to follow your intuition. Your intuition is there for a reason. It's guiding you, and you 8s have very good intuition. A lot of times you don't follow it, but you guys are highly connected to source energy. If you look at the 8, it's the infinity sign. And, this represents infinite connection to source energy and infinite connection to God. Is your intuition telling you to take a risk on something? Is it telling you to not take a risk on that thing that you've been thinking about? Your intuition is going to be that little voice in your head telling you, okay, this is a good thing, this is a bad thing. It's going to be that voice. It's also going to be your feelings too. You start to feel really positive about something. Okay, yeah, this is going to be a good idea. That's your intuition telling you to go for it. You're starting to feel really negative about something and apprehensive about something, then that's also your intuition telling you to maybe stay away from it. So follow that inner guidance and that intuition, number 8s, because you guys have a really good intuition, especially when it comes to business and making money. When it comes to manifesting things, you guys have some of the best intuition out of all of the numbers. And you guys really can be the masters of manifestation if you choose to be. And number 4 is, as I had mentioned before, trust the universe. You are an 8. That is your birthright, is to succeed. So you need to trust the universe, that the universe is going to make that happen for you. It just wants you to get up out of that chair and to take a chance on something that you really care about. Number 5 is setting limits for yourself and not being wasteful. This is one of the challenges for a lot of 8s, is that a lot of 8s like to spend money. And they're good at spending money. But sometimes it can be a little wasteful, and sometimes you can just be wasting money on things that really are just completely unnecessary. And so you need to set limits for yourself when it comes to this and when it comes to spending money. And adopting a more minimalistic lifestyle can always be beneficial. Understanding that, you don't need to have everything that's new and brand new. A lot of times 8s want to keep up with the Joneses. They want to be kind of the person that sets the tone so that other people will kind of want to be like, oh, okay, I want to be like that 8. I want to have what they have. What other people think about them is very important. Status is very important because 8 is the number of status. Adopting a more minimalistic lifestyle will always be beneficial. And knowing that just being the 8 that you are is enough to impress anybody. So you want to set limits on wasteful spending, but at the same time, you also want to enjoy spending money whenever you do. So you don't want to waste your money, but when you do spend your money on something, you need to spend it with enjoyment, feel good about spending that money, know that wow, it's so cool that I have this ability to just, buy something that I want, and I have the capacity to do that, and to kind of just enjoy the process and not worry about it. Every time you worry about spending money, you're sending a signal out to the universe that, I don't trust you. I don't trust that this money is going to come back, that I'm going to have this money replenished. And so sometimes that ends up happening. So when you do spend your money, you don't want to worry about it. You want to just enjoy the process and know that you're getting a lot of benefit on what it is that you are spending your money on. And the more you do this, the more the universe will keep replenishing that fund of money and always make it so that you have funds at all times. And this is one of the techniques that I have used, and it's been very beneficial for me. I have a very minimalistic type of lifestyle, but when I do spend my money, I like spending it. I enjoy spending it, and I never worry that the universe is not going to replenish those funds. I know that the universe will always do that. I trust in the universe. And so I never have a problem with money because I have adopted this way of thinking. And that leads me to number 7. Number 7 is knowing that there is no lack in the universe. There is no such thing as lack. That's a scarcity mindset that we have been brainwashed into thinking that, that it's a sum zero game, that I've got to get something before somebody else does because there won't be enough of it for me. Well, that's actually not true. There is abundance in the universe. There is no such thing as lack. If you want something, you can have it. There is enough of it for everyone. And once you adopt this way of thinking and this mindset, then the universe will match you on this, because whatever you believe to be true becomes true. This is your life. This is your reality. Whatever you believe to be true becomes true for you. Whatever you believe inside of you, you will see projected and manifested outside into your outside world. So believe inside of you in your heart that there is no lack, that there is plenty for everyone. There is enough for everyone to go around. And the universe will make that happen for you, and it will match you on this. And you will see that in your external world once you change that belief within you. We live in a universe of abundance, and we live in a universe of plenty. And there is enough to go around. And you wouldn't want it, you wouldn't desire it if there wasn't enough for you and if you weren't meant to have it. And that leads me to number 8. The last thing that you can do to become the successful 8 that you were meant to become. And this is the most important thing of them all. This is I saved it for last and I made it number 8 because it's the most important thing. And that is generosity. So in the universe, there's this law that whatever you give, you get back. And I'm sure you've heard this before, but it's true. Whatever you give to the world, whatever you give to other people, you will always receive that back. And usually times 3 or 5 or 10. So you get it back in multiple amounts in return. So sometimes I see 8s that are very wasteful with their money and just giving it out and spending it on all kinds of things. And then there's the 8s that are completely the opposite and are very stingy with their money, very stingy with their love, very stingy with their time. And this comes back to that false belief in lack, that there's lack in the universe, that if you give away something, you're not going to get it back in return because there's not enough for everybody. And you need to change that belief and understand that there's always going to be enough for everybody. And whatever you give to other people, you always get that back in return. So this is the law of generosity. Be very generous with your money. Don't be wasteful, but be generous and help people with your money. But not just your money. Be generous with your time. Be generous with your love. Whatever it is that you want in this world, that you are trying to manifest for yourself, give that out to somebody else. And you will always get that back. This is one of the strongest laws in the universe, because it's kind of like you're telling the universe, I have so much of this one thing. I have such an abundance of this that I can just give it out to other people, and the universe will match you and will bring more of it in for you. Remember, you 8s, you were born to have success and wealth and prosperity. This is your birthright. And once you believe that, it will become true for you. And so I hope that you enjoyed this video today, and I hope that it was beneficial to you. Let me know in the comments below what some of your challenges have been as an 8. If you're a life path 8 or you have 8s in your chart, it's not always the easiest number to have, but you guys can turn it around more easily than anybody else. It's really up to you. Let me know in the comments below what your experiences have been so far. And also, if you want to book a reading with me so that we can go more into depth into your chart and I can look at the specifics on how we can help to make you the more successful, positive 8 that you were born to be, then check out that information. I'll put a link to it below in the description box. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with other people. I would love to have you subscribe and to become part of the family. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video today. I love you guys. I'm sending you light and love, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.